All right, man. Did Goat James have a harder goat run than your fake goat? You know, who was put under more pressure? You know, I mean, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand why is this even a question. We're talking about pressure, huh? We talking about pressure. We talking about lip pressure. See, there ain't. It's a difference when we talking about that lip pressure versus you know just pressure, and because it's not the same, man. Because Go James got the obstacle of having the Jordanite media on his back for his whole career, man. Go James has the obstacle of having his whole career and his every action and every move compared to a guy that same media put a cape on with the cap for in order to push him into GOAT status, which is why we called the guy a fake GOAT, man. Listen, what are we talking about? The guy was not even picked. How the hell do you think you had a harder run? Like you got 3 years in training camp. That's college, and when you won your championship, you didn't carry them. Like Go James, we're way too good for college, man. What the hell? You did 3 years. Your guy did 3 years in college, man. After he got cut from high school. Come on. What are we talking about? Hmm? The Jordanite media called MJ the GOAT in 87, man. It was we talking about pressure. Hmm? And let me tell you something. When we talk of that versus GOAT James making the calling it like tattooing the chosen one on his back, and it's different, man. And let me tell you why it's different, because GOAT James actually went up against your fake GOAT, and your fake GOAT, the one that called him chosen, because you no you know because Ron Artest was the one that came out and said that shit. Remember he told the story about, and your fake GOAT, he went and chose who? He chose GOAT James to get on his squad, man. Hmm? You know what it's his, no? Come on, man. He getting praise from your fake GOAT, while in public, your fake GOAT, after he played against him and he seen Babyless Savage, 15-year-old GOAT James, smacking all of these big guys around, big ass grown guys around in basketball, and then have the nerve to come out to say years later that he hopes that maybe GOAT James might be a good player in 5 years. And GOAT James was in the finals in them 5 years, huh? Come on, man. How is this like more pressure? Who had a harder run? Like your fake goat got smacked all 80s, man. The whole 80s, he got smacked around, man. I mean, like at least in the 2000s, Goat James made it to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about, man? Like, you talking about, oh, he couldn't make it because of the Jordan rules and all. Listen, the Jordan rules is just a game plan, all right? Why do you Jordanites have the cape on with the cap, acting as if niggas don't have a individual game plan for individually great players, man? Come on, man. And let me tell you something. David Stern smacked all of that hard foul shit down when your fake goat MJ bitched and complained to David Stern about how physical they was being with him when they knocked out Pip. And then a flagrant foul call came, and guess what? Ever since 1991, you couldn't touch MJ the whole 90s, man. Nigga, that's facts. Magic Johnson was scared to get behind your fake goat and take a picture without a fucking ref calling a flagrant foul or whatever the hell, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Real talk, man. You got a WNBA 3-point line in the 90s and you want to ask whose road was tougher? Come on, man. What are we talking about? You telling me that David Stern weak sauce the 90s with a WNBA 3-point line to increase the point average in the 90s and the point average went down? That's what you call some weak sauce, man. How the hell is you telling me that your fake goat had a harder road than Goat James, man? Hmm? How did your fake goat got? How did he have a harder road than Goat James when you got 6 expansion teams in the 90s depleting all of the talent from the real contenders in the league, bruh? You telling me that them six that expansion teams ain't this and that when the NBA added 2 expansion teams on top of the 4 that they already had but didn't need, the Bulls won 72 games that year. You know, beating the shit out of brand new teams, baby franchises that don't even fully know how to be franchises yet. Come on, man. Come on, man. And then like the Jordanite media, we talking about pressure, right? We talking about who's harder, who's hard. Like we look back and you see, the Bulls was overly stacked and this and that. But like when you go and you watch you know the media and how they play it as if they play it as if the Bulls, oh man, I don't know what's gonna happen when they go against the Knicks, and even though the Bulls is clear clear favorites, there's no way they're not gonna be favorites. The media will still placate it as if the opposition has a chance. You see that? And that is not the way that they do Goat James with any team that Goat James on, man. They say if you don't win, it's a failure. They don't they expect the greatest of all time to win every game, nigga. There is no room for error for Goat James. That's how you know that you talking about a real goat versus a fake goat, because a fake goat must have a cape and a cap on at all times for every L, man. You can't just take the shit for what it is. Huh? Come on, man. Come on, man. Goat James got pressure, real pressure. You can call that LePressure from being one of the best, if not the capital D, best high school players that you ever seen, man. Nationally televised games on ESPN and ABC just to see Goat James play in high school, man. We talking about pressure. You can call that LePressure, because we talking about that nigga, man. Come on, man. We talking about $100 million guy that ain't stepped foot in the NBA yet, man. We talking about a guy that got Cavs players knowing that he's coming to the Cavs, his home squad. Cavs players coming and saying, man, we don't need that little nigga. Come on, man. We talking about pressure. Huh? Come on, man. We talking about a little nigga, 21 years old, that went 7 games against the Ben Wallace Pistons in his first playoff appearance, man. Come on, man. We talking about a 20-year-old that went 7 games with the non-Ben Wallace. Or was it 6? I forget. With closeouts you ever seen with a finals appearance to finals as a 22-year-old fourth year, man. You ain't never seen no shit like that. And they get back to the point where we talking about, right? The pressure of having, you know, raid agent constructed teams, through through GMs, okay, through the GM construction, got Danny Ainge and Kevin McHale colluding together to stop a baby goat James. MJ has never seen anything like that in his life, man. Come on, man. We talking about the pressure of coming back and winning after that 2011 loss, man. Come on, man. We talking about pressure, bruh. Come on, man. Real talk. Huh? We talking about pressure facing the most winningest squad ever, man. Ain't we? We talking about real pressure. Huh? We talking about pressure going from leaving the Heat and going over to the Cleveland Browns. We're talking about pressure coming from the Cleveland Browns and going to the Heat, man. We're talking about pressure being down 3-1 against the most winningest squad ever. We talking about pressure being tied 3-3 against the most winningest squad ever, man. We talking about pressure, man. Real pressure. That lip pressure, man. Your fake goat ain't never. Talking about pressure, man. Pressure when Kyrie left. Still went to the same spot that you dropped him off at in the finals. Just one game less. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, J.R. Smith. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We talking about pressure, man. It was pressure when GOAT James left the Cleveland Browns the second time and joined the Lakers. It was pressure when GOAT James joined the Lakers, and you know what I'm saying? And he got Brow on the squad, man. It's pressure, man. You know? It's pressure right now. Nigga, we talking about LePressure. Come on, man. This shit don't stop, bruh. GOAT James had one of the worst games he ever had in 19 years on, what that was, Saturday? One of the worst games he ever had. The boys in year 19. The boys got 22 years worth of miles on his legs running around on them courts, man. And just because he had one of the worst games ever, the whole world fell apart again, man. We're talking about pressure. Nigga, we talking about LePressure, man. Come on, man. You seen what GOAT James did when his second best player went down the last game? And now it's ho-hum. Nigga don't care. We're talking about LePressure. Yeah, we talking about, this is just what we expect from the greatest of all time. And if the greatest of all time ain't the greatest of all time, and we're talking about perfection, when we talking about GOAT James, and if we can't get perfection, when we talking about GOAT James, then the world must collapse, okay? And a Jordanite, cannot understand that they slick side giving a GOAT his praise, man. Who the hell you think had more pressure, a fake GOAT, or we talking about Willie Savage, man? Huh?